Greetings and salutations, good people. My name is Otis James Bush Jr. This is OJB Cooking. Today we got something special for you. Got an old two-part video, you know what I mean? Two-time. Part one, we're gonna make ourselves a good down south cornbread, you know, utilizing a good skillet, get that good crust. And then in part two, we're gonna take said cornbread and hook ourselves up a good old down south cornbread dressing. You know what I mean? First time hooking that up, as most things on the channel, to be honest with you. So, you know, should be a cool adventure, man, you know what I mean? Keeping the traditions alive, you feel me? So what we gonna need? Well, we'll start off just with the cornbread ingredients that we gonna need, and we'll double back in part two for the ingredients for the cornbread dressing. We got some buttermilk, we got 2 room temperature eggs, we got some honey, got some yellow cornmeal, some self-rising flour, got some raw cane sugar, and we got some unsalted butter for your hair top. And of course you need good old cast iron skillet. And if you don't have a cast iron skillet, you can still make this cornbread. You just need old, you know, what's that, 9x13 circular pan. Forget my measurements, don't judge me, man. But you know, as always, come on with me.
All right, good people, let's get right to it. We're going to take a cup and a half of yellow cornmeal, and we're going to take a cup of self-rising flour. We got about a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and we got a tablespoon of sugar, and we're just going to mix that in, get that good and acquainted, mix it around. You know what I mean? Hook up our dry first, and then we're going over to the wet. Get that nice and blended. All right. We're going to throw a couple of lukewarm, room temperature eggs, right? I'm about to say lukewarm, room temperature eggs. And we just gonna whisk them about a bit, not a bunch, just a bit, just to get them nice and broken up. That's enough. And then we got a cup of buttermilk going in right now. I'm actually gonna add another 1/2 cup in a little bit because I'm not gonna like the look of my mixture. And you know, in terms of like, you know, cornbread mixture, you know, obviously it can be a little bit drier or it can be a little bit more moist. I like a nice moist cornbread, so I made sure I added enough liquid to make sure it didn't come out dry. Just get it a good whisk, and then we're gonna pour this right in. Be gentle. I sped this up a little bit so it looks like I poured it quicker than I did, but just pour that in nice and easy. And when you're mixing it around, be careful not to, you know, put any excess air bubbles into your mixture. I actually had to mix this a couple times because again I had to go back and add a little bit more buttermilk, so that actually caused a little bit extra mixing. And I forgot to add my honey when I was adding everything else to the wet mix, so I had to actually come back and add the honey and mix it up a little more. But you know, a little bit of air in the mix, but it didn't kill nothing. And right here I'm about to throw about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of honey in here. Just give it a couple good squeezes. And I like the taste that the honey gives the cornbread. You know, also, you know, it goes as part of the sweetener that I'm utilizing. You know, you can just use all sugar, you can use all honey, you can use a little syrup. I've seen people do that, but I like honey best. And right now we got a hot cast iron skillet, as you can see, with some good old butter in there. I took about 3 tablespoons of butter and melted into that pan. And we're just gonna pour our mix on in there, just like so. You know, you want your cast iron skillet to be hot when your batter hits to start to cook that bottom immediately. Get that nice crispy bottom on your cornbread. You know, just even that out and into the oven, boy. Here we go. Check on that one time. Still not done. Now we're in the game. And if you listen really closely, you can hear that sizzle. Do you hear the sizzling of the cornbread in the cast iron skillet? We smoked that. We peeled this cornbread. Came out perfect. I know y'all don't believe me. I know you don't believe me. You're thinking the bottom of it burnt, don't you? Oh, but it's not. I'm about to show you. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Don't get no better than that. We in the game, people. All right. To be continued. Stay tuned for our video on our cornbread dressing. Peace.